Rejection stings. It's a sharp, personal pain. But you know what hurts even more? The gnawing feeling of spending your life never understanding why you're never anyone's first choice. The reason she went cold, even after everything you gave. The problem was never just her. The real issue is the story you tell yourself about yourself. And that very story is the reason you're being pushed away. Most men treat rejection like a death sentence. They torment themselves, wondering what they did wrong, where they messed up, what they could have said differently. But the hard truth is, the mistake isn't in what you said, but in what you projected. Because long before you ever opened your mouth, she had already sized you up. She read your posture, your hesitant gaze, your deep-seated insecurity, and she realized, this man doesn't value himself. And if you don't value yourself, why on earth would she? Rejection, in reality, is just a mirror reflecting how disconnected you are from your own core. As long as you live waiting to be chosen, you will never be the priority. You'll never be memorable, because the man who seeks approval is the same one who operates from a place of scarcity. And a woman can feel that. She can smell that weakness from a mile away. You can be dressed to the nines, wearing expensive cologne and saying all the right things, but if on the inside you are a void of neediness, anxious and desperate for validation, she will know and she will retreat. This is where the script flips. The reverse psychology that makes the woman who rejected you start to second-guess herself. Because what truly messes with her mind isn't the guy who persists. It's the guy who vanishes. The one who moves on with his life, radiating confidence. The one who demonstrates through his actions that he needs no one to feel whole. This forces her to ask, did I just let a real man slip through my fingers? But for this to work, it can't be a performance. It's not about pretending not to care. It's about genuinely not needing to. It's about truly changing your direction. Stop wasting your energy trying to convince someone to see your worth. All that effort only pushes you further away from your power. While you're begging for love, you're forgetting to command respect. The game changes when you understand that rejection isn't the end. It's a filter. It's there to show you who isn't on your level, or better yet, who isn't aligned with your path. The sooner you accept this, the faster you evolve. The man who wins at life isn't the one who agonizes over rejection. He's the one who transforms every no into fuel for his own growth. Do you know why most men never recover from rejection? Because they let it define them. They believe they were turned down because they aren't good enough, because they lack something other men have. But the truth is different. You were rejected because you're still trying to prove you deserve attention, instead of becoming a man who naturally commands respect. The problem isn't the no you heard, it's how much you believe it summarizes who you are. This happens because you still see the woman as the prize, the trophy. As long as you're in the position of a desperate hunter, all your value is in her hands. You will never have power as long as you're pleading to be chosen. Reverse psychology begins the moment you flip the roles, when you stop trying to prove something to her and start proving something to yourself. When you wake up and think, what can I build today that will make me stronger, more disciplined, more confident? Because that's when you change your energetic frequency. And energy doesn't lie. A man who knows his worth doesn't need to explain himself. He doesn't justify why he was rejected. He simply understands that if that woman didn't see value in him, she isn't fit to be by his side. He doesn't insist. He doesn't chase. He moves on. And that attitude, that silent resolve, is what intrigues a woman most. She may have rejected you, but when she sees you progressing, thriving, walking with a newfound presence, she starts to wonder if she made a mistake. Because nothing shatters a woman's ego more than seeing a man she dismissed become desired by others. It destroys the illusion of control she thought she had. And you know the masterstroke in all of this? You're not doing it for revenge. You're doing it for you. Because you're tired of shrinking yourself to fit into someone else's expectations. You're done giving priority to someone who won't even give you consideration. When you adopt this stance,
everything changes. You cease to be an emotional beggar and become a rare presence she can't find on every street corner. If you stop and analyze it, every man who turned his life around went through a phase of rejection, but instead of drowning in it, he used it as fuel. That pain forged his discipline, his stoicism, his confidence. The secret is to transform pain into action. Stop complaining, stop chasing, stop giving attention to someone who has already discarded you. Because what confuses a woman most is realizing she's lost control over you. Now, listen to something maybe no one has ever told you. Rejection only hurts so much because you bet everything on someone who bet nothing on you. And when that happens, the fault doesn't lie with the one who rejected you. It lies with you for putting your own dignity on the table as a bargaining chip for acceptance. But that changes today. From now on, every time a woman rejects you, you will do the opposite of what weak men do. The weak lament. They crawl back. They send texts demanding an explanation. Not you. You will disappear. You will withdraw completely without making a scene. No explanations. No begging for attention. Silence is your most powerful response. And in that silence, she will begin to wonder where she lost control. This is where the most potent part of reverse psychology kicks in, when she realizes you don't need her, that you've moved on without a single glance back. That's the moment her mind starts to chase you, because absence screams louder than any words. This is what most men never grasp. Desperation repels, but absence attracts. You aren't hiding, you are building. While she thinks you're at home mourning her, you're in the gym, you're studying, you're building your mission, climbing one step at a time. You're turning pain into performance. You're becoming undeniable. And by the time she realizes it, it will be too late, because now you are the one who chooses. If she wants to come back, she'll have to earn it. She'll have to demonstrate value. She'll have to prove she's worthy of your new version. And even then, you might not accept her, because when a man truly awakens, he never goes back to crawling. This is the turning point. This is the exact moment you stop living like an ordinary guy and start acting like a man who knows his worth. And when you live like this, the game is never the same, because now it doesn't matter who rejects you. What matters is who has the privilege of being chosen by you. Now that you understand the power of silence, absence, and your own evolution, let's go even deeper, because there's a level of strength that transcends mere indifference. It's when you, even with the power to get the person who rejected you, choose not to. Not out of revenge, not out of pride, but out of pure clarity. When you start to see people not through the lens of desire, but through their patterns of behavior, everything changes. You stop looking only at beauty and attraction and start noticing what you previously ignored, their actions, their character. And often, the rejection you faced was a blessing in disguise. That woman who turned you down, she wouldn't have had the emotional fortitude to handle the man you are becoming. She would have been an anchor, not a partner. This is why rejection only wounds the blind. When you awaken, the pain becomes a filter. You begin to select with ruthless precision who gets to enter your life. And you know what happens when a man starts to select? He stands out, because 90% of men will accept almost anything just to have a woman by their side. But you, now, demand reciprocity. You demand respect. You demand peace. And the curious thing is, the more you value yourself, the more desired you become. Women can sense when a man has standards. They notice when you're not desperate, when you know you don't need them for your happiness. And that intrigues them. It ignites a primal desire precisely because you are rare. You aren't there to fill a void. You are already whole, and you share your presence only with those who deserve it. This is terrifying for those accustomed to manipulating men, because you don't cave. You don't get easily emotional. You aren't trapped by expectations. You listen more than you speak. You observe more than you react. You act with calm composure, and that completely disarms any woman who tried to discard you, thinking you'd beg to come back. The truth is, you only become dangerous when you no longer need to prove anything to anyone. When your presence alone commands respect, when your absence hurts more than anyone else's presence. This is the kind of man they secretly pursue, even if they never admit it. This is the kind of man who doesn't cry over rejection, but turns it into the fuel to build a life so incredible that one day